Healthy as a fucking rhino, this guy.
What's the matter? Come on. Come on.
All right, come on.
Pull it in.
Yes, sir.
Is he breathing?
Get that egg salad out of his
Hurry
mouth.
up!
All right, folks. Before we get the show started, before we take a drive on down to Rift City, I want to make a couple announcements. I know it feels like every episode of this podcast feels like a fucking special episode where I'm making some announcements. Nothing, and it's never normal. Anyways, this is episode 10 of the M.A.D.House, and episode 9, the bonus episode, which was going to go out about 3 weeks from now to everyone. I'm unlocking that. It's going to be for everyone, not just members only. As of now, I have no members, so I might as well leave it open for everyone. But, going forward, obviously, I'll go back to my original plan with the members only videos, stuff like that. The members only podcasts and videos, whatever. But also, I have to announce that due to some financial things and I just being very, for lack of a better term, just spiritually drained, I think I'm taking a little bit of a break, like a real significant break from this channel for a bit, reassess some things. Having some financial issues, and I probably have to take on another couple of projects with freelance video editing. And if you have a video that you need edited, you turn up the levels a little bit. Is that better? I think I'm a little bit louder now. But anyways, if you have a video you want to be edited, maybe I'm your guy for such a thing. Can't do all the After Effects stuff. I'm just a basic Premiere guy. But get that into me as soon as possible, because I really need the money right now, and the economic stress is getting to me, and I really can't focus on doing something that doesn't bring me in a lot of money, which is my channel right now. And this is like kind of fear I had with this, is that basically by the end of college I would have to stop doing this because it wouldn't give me enough money to justify doing it anymore. And that sucks to say, because this is like my only vehicle of expression, and I hate to see that die. But for now, I'll have to give it a rest, and I'll come back in sometime in March. So yeah, about a month and a half from now, and I'll be doing a podcast again, and I'll be doing some other stuff, getting back on the schedule, back to my originally planned content. But so yeah, if you're planned on joining as a member of this channel, anything helps, but you wouldn't be getting anything this month, because there's not gonna be any more content uploaded. Monday it'll be my last video until March. I already made the video, it's already uploaded, everything ready to go. But after Monday, that's gonna be it for me for until March. But if you do, either you join the membership, I will be making up in the month of March. I will have more. You normally get 2 bonus episodes. I think I'm going to do 4 or 5 bonus episodes that month to make up for it. If you subscribe this month, if you join the membership this month and you help me in my financial issues, I think I should pay you back when I'm back doing this again. But if you want something tangible immediately, go to my Teespring, go buy some merch if you want that. If you don't want to support me at all, that's fine too. We all have our stuff going. We all pinching pennies right now. Well, maybe not all of us, but some of you might be. I know I'm managing every single last dime to make it to the next month. So I hope all y'all out there are doing well, staying healthy. Just read that fucking Larry King got the COVID. He's up in the hospital. I hope he pulls through. Because I think if you're in anything, you have any like creative ambitions or anything like that, you want to go into a creative field where you have any amount of notoriety around you, it'd be pretty cool. I think one of the things to get off the bucket list is to be interviewed by Larry King, but that's more of a selfish reason why I want to be alive. But I hope Larry King's pulled through. COVID is no way to go out. Your lungs filling up with goo is no way to go out. The only way to go out is firing a squad, or just natural causes in your sleep. But anyways, let's go to Rift City. All right, this is something that's been making me laugh. I just was thinking about this. Someone asking me, how do you like your eggs? Uncircumcised? I know it doesn't make sense, but But I've been spending a lot of time on my solid state drive, my hard drive, my computer, like my external solid state drive, trying to get my files together because it's a terabyte solid state drive, and it's almost filling up. I didn't think I'd fill up, but all these videos I've been recording like in the past year, and like doing 1080p 60 fps for like 200 something videos, like 250 300 videos. It filled the thing up quite nicely. I got a couple gigs left, so I had to start sorting stuff out. And I have this folder. It's nothing to do with YouTube or any pictures. Well, not pictures of me. It's called scrapbooking. So I spent like a good couple hours sorting my pornography collection, and I gotta say, there's something cool about it. There's something satisfying about like making folders and subfolders for genres and moods that I'm in. So I had like, I had human females, I had anime females, I had picture of boobs, had pictures of various. I'm not going to that. We're not going any deeper than that because I feel like we go any deeper that might expose too much of who I really am, and you don't need to know about all that. Hey, subscribe to the fucking membership if you want to know every subfolder in my pornography collection. But no, I've been doing that. I wonder, do most people like I download the pornography? Because I feel like the internet goes out like so often around here. This is like my area, New Orleans, or maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just unlucky. But I could buy that. But my internet goes out frequently enough to make I should download stuff, or downloading videos with YouTube Premium is actually kind of useful because the internet does go out a little bit, and like so I have like a bunch of music downloaded, and I have a lot of pornography downloaded. So like, do y'all do that? I think it's a very smart thing to do. I don't need the internet to bust. But anyways, when I'm not thinking about sweet racks, stuff like that, I do look towards history to know what the people of the past did. And I remember being in Nazi class in freshman year of college and learning about Nazis and whatnot. Yeah, you would learn to the predecessors of Nazis, and right before that, well, Hitler came into power, and the Nazi Party had like 30% in parliament during the Weimar Republic. And I was just thinking, how about the Weimar Republic, huh, guys? Huh? And I guess that's basically Italy, huh? I don't know. Cut that out. Hey, whoever's editing this, cut that out. I'm not going to. I also was thinking about, I forgot what spurred this thought. It was, what the fuck? It was something about hair. But I guess it was something about how, like back, like I don't know, it had to be like 2 months ago now, when Trump had the glass of water, and it basically showed us that he doesn't have the fine motor function that he used to. And I'm pretty sure the same situation is there with Joe Biden. And I was just thinking, like, does Joe Biden have to shave Joe's like pubes for him? Oh fuck, I actually turned on the Xbox. And then I started thinking, do most people even shave their pubes? I don't know. I feel like mines get pretty wild. But yeah, I feel like, you want a woman like that who's going to like support your presidential campaign, even though she knows you're not up to it. You have you're a senile old man, but she's going to push you because that's your dream. You want a bitch like that who shaves your pubes when you got Parkinson's disorder, so you don't cut yourself. Or, she obviously, I guess more importantly, shaves your face and neck so you don't like slit your own throat because you can't handle a razor anymore. But you want a bitch like that, a bitch like Jill. I felt like Trump either like never shaved his pubes like since he was like 17, or he like waxes them. He gets like someone to wax it. That isn't like that's a pretty gross thing to think about. Because I feel like Trump is like a video game model where like the only thing that's modeled in the game is just what you see. So he doesn't have like he has no 3D objects under his clothes. So like if he ever took his clothes off, like he went in debug mode, he took his clothes off, it would just be a head on top of an invisible body with hands, but with nothing connecting them. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how he's out here in the past raping chicks. Because you know what, he could still rape chicks. He has the hitbox. He doesn't have the model. I guess that makes sense. I definitely could see Joe Biden definitely has models under there. Anyways, 3D models. I mean, I was looking at some pictures of I don't know. I think it was some Nigerian paramilitary force. I don't know who it was, but they were pretty tall guys. Like they looked like they were all well above 6'1", and I don't know, something sparked in my mind, my poisoned mind. I'm like, man, those guys are a tall truck of penis. I don't know. It's stupid. That's what I thought. And you know what? I have the courage to say things that other people won't. So, hey. But why did I call this episode "Healthy as a Rhino"? This guy. It's not just to put in that clip from The Sopranos. It's really because I feel like I was doing okay about a week ago. No, not about a week ago, but you know what I'm saying. Like about a month ago. And it seemed like everything's kind of going to shit. And everything just keeps getting worse. From, the money issues to school. I just want school to come back in session. Like I could go back to, class again. It's just like nothing is going particularly well. And I'm stressing out. I had struggles staying asleep. I'm having nightmares about fucking, what was it? I had a nightmare where I was watching a Nazi slit somebody's throat right next to me as he was talking to me. I don't know. I was having a lot of fucked up dreams. I had a dream where the penguins from Madagascar were trying to torture me to death. It was some weird stuff, and I don't know what any of this stuff symbolizes, but it's like I'm constantly dreaming about death, and it's odd. It's like I probably in my life had less than 5 quote unquote wet dreams. Don't know why that is, but it seems that like at least 3 times a week I have a dream where I'm killed, or the theme of the dream is death. And I don't know what that means. Apparently people always have wet dreams. I don't think I've ever busted in my sleep. I don't know what that's a sign. I guess you just bust in your sleep when you don't bust during the day. And I bust pretty consistently. I don't hold myself back when it comes to busting. I feel like some urges should not be tamed, and busting's probably one of them. I feel like it's probably unhealthy to hold it in. Obviously the body doesn't want to hold it in. It busts in your sleep. But I think I did have a dream once about having sex with one of my teachers, and I wonder if I gotta talk to girls about this. Well, not girls, but like women. I guess I gotta talk to girls too. I gotta talk to like a 12-year-old girl. It's like, hey, you ever dream of having sex with your teacher? As like I'm 22 now, I really can't be getting away with that. If I ever could have, So I guess I'll ask some woman in my life. Hey, when you were like 11 or whatever, did you ever get hot and bothered about fucking Mr. Nips? They probably did. Ah, fuck. But what else is not going well? I hear the fucking 16th. The news is trying to get me all riled up for the 16th because apparently there's going to be some armed occupation of like every capital city, like every state in the United States. So looking forward to that. When is this coming up? Today is the 12th. Today is Tuesday. I fucking tell you. Okay, so it's going to go up Saturday morning, day of I guess most people might be y'all might be fucking at the thing. I don't know the composition of my audience, to the extent that it exists. Maybe y'all out there trying to kill the governor or whatever. Hey, do your thing. If y'all doing it for right wing reasons, I think that's pretty fucked up. Just trying to put Trump back in, all I'm saying, it's pretty fucking weird. But hey, I also don't like any governor in this godforsaken country. So go ahead, do you. Hope you have a great time. Hopefully the merchandise tables out there, you can get your, whatever, all your favorite MAGA, your MAGA hats and your My Pillows and your weighted blankets and your Black Rifle coffee. You get all that good stuff. Man, I wish I had some fucking coffee. I think I need it. You probably agree. I might make this as a shorter one because honestly, there's nothing really to talk about. The politics, it's all shitty right now. I mean, it's always shitty, but it's like it's so much bullshit is happening. It feels, and I feel like it's kind of all for nothing. It's like I feel like Biden's gonna have an inauguration. It's gonna be a very uneventful inauguration. Like Trump's inauguration was shitty. It was not that. I remember when I was in 4th grade, I was in my math teacher's class, Miss Robinson. She had the hair of Anton Chigurh from No Country for Old Men, and had the hairy legs of a tarantula, and the voice of a smoker. All the traits you really need to make the most strongest of strong New Orleans East Black woman. And she showed us, obviously, January, I believe, 21st, 2008. It was 2009, Barack Obama's inauguration. And she was like, obviously so proud. And, there was like a vibe within the school, and it's like my part of the town. Black guy getting inaugurated. It's actually happening. He didn't get killed in like between the election and inauguration day. It's actually happening. And yeah, she stopped class to like have us watch the actual him swearing in, and you could just see like the shots of the big massive crowd, and it looked pretty impressive. I was like, as a 4th grade, I didn't like understand the gravity of the situation, but it's like, okay, this is a cool thing happening. I thought we were just happy because we got another president and he's doing his thing. It's like a ritual to do this sort of thing. I didn't take it so much as the person of Barack Obama or whatever, or even the demographic aspect of it. But I guess I was watching history, but whatever, I didn't really care. But comparing that one to 2016, a lot less lit. Obviously the vibes were shit for the political aspect of it, but a lot less people were actually at the event. It was rainy that day. I remember watching that one in class. I was in the senior year of high school, and my right-wing history teacher was trying to show that to us. I was like, come on, dude, ain't nobody trying to see them. It was in the afternoon too. Like it was like 2:30. There was like nothing happening. You just saw Trump like staring at like some marching fucking idiots with muskets. They're part of the ceremony. They're not like freelancer insurrectionist types. This guy's marching in the rain. This isn't cool. This is pretty not cool. And then this one's probably going to be, it's definitely going to be a lot less people. Like they're going to probably be more armed guards than actually people trying to see this bullshit. But I'm surprised to the extent that people have positive feelings about Joe Biden, the Democratic Party, this past year. They shat the bed in every way they possibly could, besides losing the election, besides losing the presidential election. They lost a bunch of fucking other elections. But yeah. I had an optimism coming into this year that this is going to be better. And it really could have been on an individual level. I think it has to be better, because if I do any worse than what I'm doing right now, I'll be fucking homeless. If I do any worse than I'm doing, I just like my whole life will change significantly, and I'll be a lot worse. So I guess the only way to go is up, maybe. But in terms of like the macro sense, as things outside of me, it seems that shit is gonna be bad. But it would be nice if they ever give us whenever the checks come in, get $600. That will help me. I could make some moves with that. And when I mean moves, again, PS5, Black Spider-Man, that's a move. That's economic move. That's called self-care, people. It's a lot of things that, y'all might scoff at it, but it's very important. Mental health is important. And the only way to invest in your mental health is by indulging in individualistic activities, not doing things with friends or making new friends in group activities. No, it's spending excess money that you have on various consumer products. That's for some reason designates self-care and having good mental health. And that's what sucks about this, to have like actual, at least for me, for the work I do. And maybe soon this will be the case if I can't get another freelance editing job. I'm gonna have to work in like an actual physical place. But so far this past year, I'm just like alone in my room. And I walk around and stuff, but I don't want, obviously for a bit I didn't want to get too close. And then when I got more comfortable with having the mask on and being around people, it's like this, where I live started to be very like desolate. So it ain't cool in my neck of the woods. But so like maintaining any sort of mental strength to do what you gotta do day in and day out, from my perspective, is extremely tough, because I'm working on stuff that I don't care about, other people's videos, stuff like that. And I also don't have like the community aspect, the shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow aspect of maybe working at a grocery store. I mean, maybe, not to romanticize that. I mean, I just mean like there's actual people there, someone outside. No, it's just someone getting a delivery. This, where I'm at, can make a very nice safe house, because I don't use this address for anything really. Get all my mail sent to various other addresses. But anyways, yeah, what was I talking about again? But yeah, it's like if I work at a grocery store, I would, I'll be seeing people there all the time. Obviously, it wouldn't be in a happy setting. We're all kind of, there's just always a baseline of stress when it comes to right now. But at least it'd be something. I'd be seeing people, and I'd be like out the house for a significant part of the day. But here it's just shit. It ain't a life worth living, and arguably most of American life right now is not worth living. But you gotta push through somehow. You gotta cope with it somehow. So for some people that's watching TV, for others it's writing stories or making videos. Fuck, I keep turning on the Xbox that I never play. I don't even know why I have it though. Oh yeah, because I was recording a video that's probably not gonna come out for another 2 months. Great. Fuck. And for me, it was making YouTube videos. It's kind of like the thing that I can always go to say, to express myself in some way, have a good time, or just get my mind off stuff. I can't do it with games by myself anymore, because I just don't have fun playing them, I guess. Or I feel guilty for playing them, even though I shouldn't really. It's like being guilty about masturbating. It's like, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just as bad as any other thing, any other hobbies. Like if it takes away time for things that get you money, or things that spurs your career along or whatever, yeah, then it's maybe counterproductive, but not inherently, But still, I have that air of I shouldn't be doing this. I should be working on stuff. I should be making money moves. I should be hustling more, not with just freelancing, but with YouTube thing. Maybe I should try harder and be smarter about stuff. But I just, running out of fuel. I'm running on E. When I mean on E, I mean ecstasy. No, I do mean empty. Man. So what I'm gonna do for the next 6 weeks, man? I don't even fucking know. Like for recreation, because this is like fuck, man. I can't feel so pressured. If anyone listens to this, I don't know. This is not gonna be like as funny as the last one, I guess. Even if anyone thought that was funny, but I just have to get this off my chest before I pack it up for now. Oh yeah, and the best of January, I guess I won't upload that until March, because I really just want to do nothing past this, and just be done with it for now, and I get my mind off this, because my mind is being stretched in a lot of different ways that, again, I'll talk about sometime in the future. In March, if I can get my finances are good, I'll start streaming. I'll start doing a stream every Friday, 5 to 7. You tell me if that's a good idea. Or, I mean, if that's a good time. 5 to 7 on a Friday. It's a solid time for me, I guess, because, most things that I've like before COVID happened, like let's say from January to when when stuff my particular city started shutting down. I basically had obligations from 8 to 5. Like 8 to 5. So maybe I'll do a stream from 5:30 to 7:30. I either had obligations from 8 to 5 or it was way after 7. So that little block between 5 and 7 was, between like 5 and 8, let's say. I was pretty free most of the time. So I believe going forward, when things start to get more quote unquote normal, that might be a good time to just have as a routine to block that out. It's a time where I stream. Not every day, but definitely every week on Friday. Maybe I do a different day of the week, but I do think the time is solid. And I will be making like badges or emotes or whatever the fuck it's called, because apparently that's what YouTube wants you to do. It tells me, hey, you should do this to make your membership more worth the money. But I feel a membership is not like a Patreon or whatever. What makes it worth it is not the bonus content. It's like seeing the person keep making the thing that I like. So, I haven't ever donated to a Patreon because, I'm the guy who's trying to make money off of Patreon, like business system. But whatever. Was there anything fucking else that was funny that was really getting? Oh, I just missed. I keep looking over. This is this thing. I don't think blacks should really get extra with the haircuts. And what do I mean by that? Like, you might be saying, what do you mean by that, Uncle Ruckus? But what I mean by that is that I think, like when I don't see it so much now. I guess now I'm in college. Cause I guess there's less black people here. But obviously, like in like high school and middle school, they always had and I just when I played, and like when I was on like a football team in middle school, too, the black kids would always have like, well, some of them black kids will have like the little dashes in the hair, not in the eyebrows. It's not really something I see in New Orleans, but they'll have like 504 etched into their skull that their barber gave them, that like fades away like 5 days later. It doesn't even look that crisp anymore. We can't really tell what it says. It's like, what is that? What happened, dude? You have some sort of disease that you can't grow hair there or something? It looks stupid, kind of. It looked fresh for that one picture, but then like for like the next couple of weeks, you just have like a weird thing happening with your head. But I think that's unnecessary. We're supposed to be proud of our blackness, right? Proud of our blackness. I don't know why my voice cracked. It's like the first time it happened, like in years. Kind of embarrassing. But anyway, they're supposed to be proud of our blackness, our hair, our heritage, all that stuff, And I feel that doing all those dumbass designs of your area code, your team logo, all that stuff. That's the two main ones I see. It's either one ones I see like the Florida League, I see 504, or I see just some sort of random design. And I think it's unnecessary, because what spurred this thought is I saw a picture of myself from a couple years ago when I had a mohawk and a very crisp line. And I imagine, like, normally how I'm most of the time I have a curly head of hair, and it doesn't look like I don't have a crisp lining, but you don't really notice it. It's just like hair. It looks good by itself. And I feel, even though most African American people don't have curly hair like mine, they, some people call it nappy. I wouldn't call it that. I would call it beautiful. Actually, you know what? My opinion, nappy is a new beautiful. So most black people have nappy hair, let's say, and I think it's fine the way it is. You obviously gotta keep it looking good. You can keep the lining, that's fine. But I always felt like I had, like looking back now, when I had that haircut with the mohawk, it wasn't like a punk rock mohawk. It was like a Dwight Howard, James Harden type of mohawk type of deal, And I felt that it looked like I was trying way too hard. And I don't like that, because in reality, when I got the haircut, my mom's boyfriend who was cutting my hair at the time, he was like, "Hey, what type of haircut you want?" I was like, "I don't know, this James Harden looks kind of." Well, at the time it was Dwight Howard who had it, and like, "Dwight Howard, can I get that?" And he's like, "Okay, cool." Gave it to me. I had a better haircut. Like, my haircut looked better than Dwight Howard's haircut, at the time, and I was like, "Damn, this looks pretty nice." And like, I had that nice crisp haircut, as I was wearing like just regular college shirts and Dickies. It felt great. The clothes felt great, but it was obvious I'm not going here to be like the best dressed, most killing it in the game type guy. I just have this haircut because like a guy that I like has it. Like, me trying to look good with my hair was not the problem. Like, cutting my hair is a utility. Sometimes it gets like my head of hair gets too big and it's hard to wash my scalp. So I just cut it down and start all over again, I don't do it for the aesthetic because I think my hair baseline looks aesthetically pleasing. It it complements my big head. It doesn't accentuate. Like, in a way, it kind of hides how big my head is. But I could say the same for like most of my African American brothers and sisters out there. Maybe not my sisters, because y'all do a lot of damage to y'all hair. It's sad to see, to the extent how many girls at the time they reached the end of middle school, all they had was like a little fucking grass blade left that they had to work with. So y'all fuck your hair up in a different way, like on a chemical molecular level. Guys don't really fuck up their hair. I mean, they could like sneeze while the barber shaping them up, and yeah, you fucked up your hair, but it'll grow back probably. But I felt that the guys, I feel like it always comes out like you're trying way too hard, and maybe that's the thing that you're going for. I just feel like there's nothing wrong with trying hard, but being like, obviously you should try hard in everything you do. You should try hard to look good. You should try hard to be like as your best self as possible. But having all that shit past the good lining, even waves, that's the line. Anything past waves, too much. My son, who probably won't even have that texture of hair because I'm adopting a Chinese child, my Chinese child will not have waves, and he's getting what his ancestors have. He's getting that Mao Zedong type beat haircut, or the Tom Myers type haircut, whatever you say, whatever you call it, wherever you're from. It's different. If you live on the West Coast, it's the Mao Zedong. Live on the East Coast, Mid-Atlantic area, it's Tom Myers. So anyways, what else? Yeah, I remember talking about adopting a kid with a friend a couple years ago. I was like hanging out in the lobby someplace, and my friend was sitting next to me, and we was talking about things and whatnot. And this is another example. If you've listened to the last episode, you know about the Instacart lady who told me something wrong. So this happened, but there's a friend coming up to me and saying, "Hey, are you okay? You look lonely." And I was like, "Yeah, I guess I am." And he says, "Yeah, I could tell." And then we ended up talking about stuff. And at one point, I was like, "Yeah, I think I'm just I don't really feel. I feel like I should adopt a kid, If kind of like, if once you're aware of certain things, it becomes, oh, I should probably change my behavior. So like, once I knew about, like, was really aware about the conditions and all the stuff that's experienced by an unadopted child, I feel like maybe if I'm going to have a child, it seems like the morally responsible thing to do is to adopt one. Because why are you putting a child in the world when there's a perfectly good one right there? Just pick them up and say, "Hey, you're mine now. We're changing your name to Augustus. And now you're mine. You're Augustus Dong, my Chinese child." And yeah, and he like had this reflexive snap, like, "Nah, fuck that, boy. I ain't adopting shit. I'm busting inside." And I'm like, dude, you could bust inside and not have a kid. It's perfectly fine. A little thing called a birth control, which, in Louisiana, I don't know like if it's particularly hard to get compared to other states. I mean, I know getting an abortion is apparently harder. And I always forget this story because honestly I don't give a fuck about really anyone, which sucks. It's not that I'm a callous person. It's that I don't know what to say. Maybe I am, but I don't care. Like pretty much people that are not like close to me, but I still know of, to my perspective, they might as well be strangers. So I should analyze the situation the same way I would like analyze if it was some sort of news story or a documentary or a Lifetime movie. I'm detached from it to such a point that it seems that I'm callous, but like I don't fucking know that person. Oh, that person you went to class with that one time got shot in the face. And I'm like, dang, that's wild. And like, why don't you, what is that your friend? I'm like, no, we had like one conversation together like 5 years ago. I can hardly say we were friends, but it's pretty fucked up that people get shot in the face, right? It's just like, whatever, Mark. But there's a story that my mom told me that someone that she knows, his kid, should have gotten an abortion. She didn't get the abortion. But she was thinking about getting an abortion, and she would have to go take a trip all the way to Houston to get it or something like that, which is a nice 7-hour trip. And it's like, I knew it was like crazy. Like there's abortion clinics in some part of the country that's supposed to like it's supposed to like be the abortion provider for like every woman in like hundreds and hundreds mile radius, like going over, like there's one for like that's supposed to cover like 3 states somewhere. It's probably somewhere in fucking Kentucky, Missouri area. I didn't know it was like that here in Louisiana. So I think there is like a closer place somewhere in Louisiana, but that's why the story didn't make sense to me, because there has to be one in Louisiana. But I remember girls talking about how horrible it is to like the process of getting an abortion, like how bad they make you feel, or at least in this state or in like the South or whatever. Maybe it's different places in New York. They're like, hey, let's suck that thing out. Here it's like they basically apparently go as far as like they come very short of calling you a murderer, basically. And I'm like, damn, that's wild. That fucking sucks. But I haven't had to deal with that yet. Just condoms and birth control. Do that. Have fun. And when you want a kid, adopt a Chinese one. There's plenty of them going around. And even if you can't get a Chinese one, a Vietnamese one does, it's the same sort of thing. It's a similar vibe, I would say, at least. It might be, instead of being a dong, it's more a no-win situation. And you just move on with your life. Try to take your life as much as you can out of the hands of the state, I would say. So to truly create dual power, I think the DSA needs to obviously needs to bolster its ranks, because it's nowhere where it needs to be, but also start using funds to make non-state regulated abortion clinics, and see how that goes. That probably get regulated pretty hard. But hey, that's dual power, baby. Have your own abortion clinics. Man. But always, if you have the choice, you have the money, I guess, always err on the side of abortion, folks. Why not? That guy in your stomach's not really a guy yet. Just fucking let it be done with. You can always have another one. Well, maybe not. I'm not gonna say that, but you can always get a child, I guess. Maybe that's your last good egg in you, and every egg after that's probably gonna be like a cyclops wheat retard. But you can always get another child, and who most of y'all not even gonna be good parents anyway. I know. I don't have great parents, so hey, good enough to keep me to make it this far, I guess. So apparently that's just like the baseline. As long as you don't beat your kids, excessively. I guess that's pretty much the baseline for parents, because I guess the rules of this discussion of what makes a good parent or not, it's said, like, I'm guessing that a lot of discussion is driven by shitty parents, or just parents in general, who most of them don't know how to parent. Like, you gotta go to school for like 12 years just to learn how to do fucking math, and no one gets a fucking parenting class. No one gets a home economics class anymore. The only economics I've learned, like individual economics, not macroeconomics or whatever, the only personal like finance you ever learned, wherever I learned, was the same Miss Robinson, who she taught us how to write a check, which is very relevant now, I guess. And what else? I think my algebra, was it my algebra? I think my algebra 2 teacher, Mr. Pham, hardworking East Asian fellow, don't know where he's from. Hardworking East Asian fellow. I think he gave us some tip about saving money. I forget what it was. And working hard. That always makes me feel kind of guilty, because when those Asian people, and like it's on the fuck. Keep hearing on the fucking Xbox. It's on the level of stereotype. Obviously, it's been on the level of stereotype for as long as I've been alive, about the fucking tiger mom, Asian family, always trying to get them the best grades, trying to say, if you got A-, get the fuck out my house, whatever. The fucking deal with those Asians, at least a stereotype. But Mr. Fan was a teacher who was like, he actually lived that. Like, he's an adult telling me that. Like, usually, I always hear other Asian, like, people my age saying they had that experience or they didn't have that experience, But hearing an adult trying to say, I think he was like a second generation immigrant from Vietnam. And hey, they're not as indefensible and what's it called? And sucky as Cuban immigrants, or Cuban immigrants from the last century or whatever, from the similar time when like most of the Vietnamese people came here, or around that same time. But so I feel some type of way about those Vietnamese immigrants. Like, hey, your family fought in the South Vietnam Army. That's decidedly the wrong side to fight on. But anyways, Mr. Pham was he used to just tell us, he spent like a good chunk of class one day telling us a story. I forgot most of it, but I guess the main theme of it was like, he just like kind of worked his ass off to get where he was, and saved his money and whatnot to have a nice family. And he spends a lot of his time after school. Not like, he teaches all day, but then he, like, as soon as the school lets out, he goes to another school and does after school tutoring. And that's sort of hard working. Like, when I was in his class, like as a 16-year-old, I was thinking, I don't have that sort of work ethic. Like, I don't know, how would you work that? There doesn't seem like there's any joy in that. Like, once you get past the desperation level, like, yeah, you're desperate. You're gonna work hard, get out of it, right? And then, like, but once you get to a comfortable level, you're gonna kind of like stagnate there, because why push myself so hard if I'm doing okay? But even though he's even at that level, he was like in his 50s, a teacher at a high school, probably making, not the best money, but it's okay. He's not desperate. But he still goes after school and tutors folks. And you have to be driven by something that's bigger than money, that's bigger than your own personal comforts. It is a belief in something. He obviously had a belief in that. It's basically, pay it forward. I'm going to work hard. Like, I was given an opportunity. I'm trying to make the most of it by tutoring these kids who are having bad times in math after school. I'm giving them an opportunity so they can, do as best as they could do, And it's powerful stuff. Powerful stuff, you know. I'm always, you know, I always am. My motivation waxes and wanes, I gotta say, because there's nothing really spurring me on besides my own personal wants and desires, you know, needs and whatever, needs and desires, whatever. And that can only take you so far, depending on who you are, because you could realize once you get a little taste of what you desire, or a version of what you think you desire. I think it could be like, what is this even the point? Like, you know, it says money doesn't buy happiness. It does if you have like a family structure and that allows you to live somewhere with an actual community. You know, that is happiness. But being here by myself, just trying to make $1 so I could pay rent and maybe buy a bag of M&Ms, like, I don't know. It's nice to have a place to sleep. It's nice to eat sugary things, but those sugary things turn to ashes in my mouth pretty soon when I realize I have no one to enjoy them with. Ah, man. Has this been funny? I don't think so. Fuck. How long am I into this? 47 minutes. Okay, I gotta get one extra point in. I got to get one thing in. I think I went a little bit too long talking about how I'm not doing well. But I got into an extended like back and forth yesterday about representation in media, the representation in media discourse. My sister certainly wasn't funny, and it worsened the vibe because I felt like she wasn't really getting the point. Like we were making two separate points, and we could both technically be correct. And my point is that it doesn't matter how many people you put in these fucking TV shows. These TV like if a TV show has like all of the whatever demographic you want in it, it's not gonna change like the power of that group. Or whatever. They're still, because if it's like, okay, you want transgenders to be humanized society, you know, I do too. But conservative people or people who are just like transphobic, who are not, they're just not going to watch the show. It's the same way as that if you cram black people into stuff, like you made a show about a black family, that show is just for black people. Well, an original conception. I'm talking about like first black sitcoms are having like a main black show. You know, people who aren't racist who just enjoy the show for what it is, but it seems that talk about an ashes in your mouth situation. You can get exactly what you want with all this representation stuff. I'm not against that. I just feel like, you know, it doesn't change anything. I want some fucking representation in the Senate. I want 100% of the senators to have some sort of political ideology that at least takes in the fact of, I don't know, human fucking welfare, instead of just constantly toying with their electorate, all in service of the major capitalists of this country. And, you know, of course, Israel as well. Not to be anti-Semitic, but fuck Israel. Jews are cool, but fuck Israel. Hey, Jews make a lot of the comedy, a lot of the media that all of you enjoy. But you gotta separate the individual from the structures, you know. But whatever. And I think she tried to undermine the point that I was trying to make by saying, oh, the reason why non-representation stuff means anything, and you try to like say that it's meaningless, because there's no one that you identify as representing your demographic in media. And that's true. And because there's, not to say there's not stuff in media that I feel like, oh, that's a similar struggle, or it's similar to me in this way, but I feel that the modern culture, this American culture, especially with liberals, and having conservatives too, but that's not the space that I'm in. They put this culture puts a lot of ideas in your head that you wouldn't normally think about. Like I would never think about being represented in media, because it's not a problem that that's not an issue. You're making people if you bring stuff like that up, like that particular discussion, I mean, it's an old discussion now, I guess. But if you bring stuff up about that discussion, you're either going to alienate people who like don't care. I'm going to keep watching what I watch. Or you're going to make people be needlessly kind of self-aware and anxious about who they are and how maybe their things are not being represented in media, or how they are overrepresented in the media, and that's a problem. And you'll never get a perfect thing like this. It's stupid to think that. And it doesn't do anything. I just don't think it does anything. And you could talk about times when people had a very visceral reaction to media, but that doesn't change things. I don't think so. I think the amount of money people have, the amount of cooperation that the society allows, that's organically occurring, I think that's the main driver of history and people's collective dignity and hope and progress in a fucking TV show. On an individual level, yeah, any type of reaction is possible, but for me, I just feel like it's really stupid. I think it's just so much of life now, so much of ideas people talk about, it's just designed to make you feel bad about yourself. And it's not just like, I used to say that, like, mine used to tell me about, oh, that's how they sell ads. And to the degree, I mean, that's basically what I'm talking about now. They're taking a new way of talking about, have this discussion about representation in media, so a company can make shows that represent that demographic that's being talked about, so more people, so they can appeal to a market. They can create a market that wasn't there before. They can add a new niche to a market and sell more ads or subscriptions to whatever. And it has nothing to do about how you feel about it. It has nothing to do about, they don't care about the representation. It doesn't matter what they feel anyways. It's mainly about the profit motive. And I think that's pretty, like, for people not to see how cynical all this shit is pretty heartbreaking, you know, because at every turn, for like one good thing that American society produces, there's like 100 fucking shitty things to just tell you that, yeah, you're all, it's like, whatever, I guess I could just say whatever bad thing is about to happen in America, like really shitty thing that ruins like a massive permanent quality of life dip, or like massive famine, or something that is purely preventable if we stop with all the bullshit when it's our head and we actually talk to each other and try to cooperate to make this a better world. Since we're not doing that, whatever bad happens, I think as a collective we have it coming. Now individually you may not have it, I might not have it coming. You know, a person that you might love doesn't deserve what's going to be happening in the next couple decades, but there's too many of us that are shitheads, and it's not because of them individuals. It's never individual opinions and virtues that determine these things. These are macro things that the culture produces, that the economics system produces. No individual is to blame, but some individuals are obviously worse than others. I think we say Donald Trump is fucking worse than anyone listening to this show, unless Donald Trump is listening. You know, can you give me like $1 million, please? Nah, then I'll make this a pro-Trump podcast. Anyways, I guess I didn't hit another roof, and I know this one hasn't been. It's been a little bit more dour, a little more serious, but I can't just get my head over how bad my life is right now, and how I'm losing steam, and I just don't know what to do. I'm lost. I'm a junior in college, and I feel like I just don't know what's going on. I just want to go back to class. I want to talk to my teacher so I can get back on a path of like trying to have a career. But also that's fraught with like I don't really like doing anything. The only thing I like doing is making YouTube videos and sometimes watching wrestling. And it just seems to me every passing day that I fail to make any progress, even though I might work on stuff, or I might upload a video that took me days and days to work on. It just feels that I'm not gonna have the life that I want, and I could use all the willpower that I have, but I think right now I'm tapped out. And maybe in March, when I have more money, after I finish these couple jobs and I'm more financially secure and I can pay off, the rents, my debt, my credit card debt, which it's bad. I'm not saying I'm great at managing money. I fucked myself too. I made some bad decisions. But I just need to get over this very big hump. And I hope when I come back stronger, and I hope the audience comes back stronger, and I hope my subscribers come back and watch. Like, how do I have over 1,000 subscribers with so many of my videos since I've had 1,000 subscribers have single-digit views? I think it's pretty fucking insane. But you know what? There's nothing that you could do in these situations by moving forward. There's no dignity in doing this. It's not dignified nor shameful to do this. It's what must be done. You either move forward or you pick the decision of slow death. So for me, I choose forwards, not backwards. I don't know what that is in German. Probably backwards, honestly. But anyways, I hope y'all doing good, and I hope y'all, like, if y'all have some time, maybe check out some of the videos I've been doing that haven't been getting so many views in the past month. Don't like the one that's coming out 2 days from now. It's probably not gonna do it that great, but I don't know. It's Minecraft related, so maybe it does. I don't know. Or just check out my Instagram days, the heart yearns for anime titties, various stuff like that I posted in December and this month. But yeah, so with that being said, I'll see y'all again on Monday, and after that I'll see y'all again in March. Thank you so much for listening, supporting, and thank you so much. See you next time.